If you like bullets, babes, and boobs and beers, long ass mullets and Norris's beard, kicking ass and getting it done, and ending every catchphrase with a click of a gun. If you like hand grenades and ninja stars, taking out henchmen and finding bars, big rabbit dogs and haunted cars, we're talking about keeping life rated R. Keeping life rated R.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the R-Rated Show. I'm your host, Josh. Welcome to Movie Night Hangout number 3. We'll just call it Movie Night Hangout. We don't need to number these. Who gives a shit, right? Tonight's movie is The Midnight Hour from 1985. It was a made-for-TV movie on ABC, and I've never seen this movie, and it's been out there, and I've seen it, and I just never, I don't think, I've probably seen scenes, but I've never watched it all the way through, and it was just sitting on YouTube. I figured, what the hell, we'll just watch it for tonight's movie. And, you know, I'm still thinking about Halloween, so I just figured this would be a fun movie to watch together for the first time. Maybe you've seen it before, but for me, it's a new one, so it's going to be an IMDb fest. But, oh, real quick, let me just, ooh, frothy one, yeah. Let me get this going. Can't get a commentary going without some beer. All right, so Midnight Hour, 1985. Don't know anything about it, never seen it. And looked like a fun movie. I kind of scrubbed through some parts of the movie, and it seemed like a lot of 80s glory in there, which is what I like. So, what the hell, guys? Without further ado, let's get this movie going. There we go. See if I can get it in frame a little bit better. There we go. All set. Right away, watching this movie, man, it's like, look at this red BMX bike here, man. Like back in the day, you could get those old BMX bikes and, you know, from your local Sears or JCPenney or whatever, and they'd be either all blue or all red, like that with the red tires. And, man, I miss those days. You know, there's my neighbor of mine, in the back of his pickup truck had this 80s BMX bike that they sold exclusively at Sears, and I recognized it from the hand grips. And it was pretty broken. Oh, Wolfman Jack. Anybody a fan of Wolfman Jack? You ever seen American Graffiti? Well, he's in that. But that was kind of a jarring edit there. It's like Wolfman Jack cuts in and all of a sudden it just goes right back to the previous scene. But anyway, I guess they want to introduce him in a weird way. But you know, so he had a bike, a BMX bike, an 80s BMX bike in the back of his pickup truck. And I actually was like, wow, I haven't seen one of these in forever. Probably since the 80s. And I actually went over and knocked on the door and asked him if he'd want to sell it to me so I could like restore it. And just as a like summer project, that he didn't want to sell it, he wanted to keep it. I guess fix it up himself, but maybe resell it or something. But to this day, and that was like over the summer, to this day, it's still sitting in the back of his pickup truck getting rained on. So whatever. I would like to do that though. It's like find an old 80s BMX bike and just like refix it, you know, rehab it, make it, you know, rideable again. Gonna love this 80s music, man. Am I watching Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. This is like the exact same mask from Halloween 3. So those are the Weeblos, or the Boy Scouts. And I had that same, I used to dress up in that same uniform when I was a kid. I think I was in Boy Scouts for like a year or two. Cozy little town in the Northeast somewhere. Whenever I see like cozy little Northeast towns in a horror movie, I can't help but think of Stephen King, you know? Such classic 80s score. This looks like a movie backlot, a movie studio backlot for sure. I'm not completely convinced these buildings are real. Oh, Chief Woodenhead. What's up, Chief Woodenhead? How you guys doing tonight, or today, or whenever you're watching this? Hope this finds you well. I had a nice night at work and was in the mood to do a commentary. This is not really commentary. It's just a hangout. I'm not really giving you any kind of knowledge or anything, but I was in the mood to do what I'm trying to do one of these at least once a week. There's Kurtwood Smith. You may know him from RoboCop. He's a great character actor, but he's also probably best known for that 70s show. But he did a lot of 80s, a lot of roles in the 80s. Great villain in RoboCop, though. What do you guys think of these hangouts so far? Are they fun? Do you enjoy them? Are they kind of meh? Do you have movie suggestions? They have to be somewhat obscure, though, because I guess maybe suggestions aren't a great idea. If you know a good movie that's public domain, or I could possibly get away with posting the movie with the episode and not get blocked or get a strike, then let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll do it. I'll check it out. But I found a couple little caches of public domain movies that I probably can, do a watch party out of. I think it's fair to say I'm probably obsessed with the 80s. It was just such a fun time to grow up in. And the world is so strange now and like advanced, and there's great things and bad things about today's world, but one thing you can't call it is simple. It's very complex compared to the way things were in the 80s, when technology was just starting to boom. And Dick Van Patten, 80s actor, I believe his show was 8 is Enough. This fucking nerd. Mr. Handsome Nerd in his handsome glasses. Going to the dentist. I didn't go to the dentist recently. I broke my front fucking tooth, man. I went to Applebee's and I got a bacon cheeseburger, and I bit into it, and the bacon was rock fucking hard. Like, it had been sitting out for a week or something. And I felt my tooth, I could feel it hurt, but, I just, it didn't break at that point, essentially. It just felt like I could feel some pain in that tooth. And then fast forward through my day and everything, I come home at night, I'm eating a pretzel, watching a movie, I bite into it, and it just broke right off without any effort. Like, the whole, bottom part of my front tooth was gone. And it's like, if you ever broken a front tooth, it's just like the most... First of all, you look like a fucking crackhead. Second of all, it's just the most uncomfortable, jagged thing in your mouth. It just sucks. And I think I didn't realize it had broken off right away. because I was eating a pretzel. I was like, oh, that's a big piece of like salt or something, and I just actually ate. I ate that piece of tooth. Like I just chewed it up and ate it because I didn't realize it had broken off. And then I was like, and then my tongue swiped my tooth, and I was like, oh shit. Went to look in the mirror, and I was like, my fucking tooth was broken. So I had to go to the clinic and get it fixed, and you know, getting dental work done. Serious dental work is never fun, but I'm good to go. She did a great job. She didn't charge me that much either. And man, what a relief it was to have my teeth back. My tooth back. Here we have Lieutenant Geordie, a.k.a. Reading Rainbow's LeVar Burton. And that is Sherry Belafonte, who is the daughter of a famous actor, Harry Belafonte. Good looking lady.
And I know that you got a little something.
She's a turtle babe, man. Turtle babe.
She is so gorgeous. Tell me about it.
Hey, so if you guys get a chance, if you like the content, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. It'd be awesome if I could make it by the end of the year. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm right about to hit 600, and I know how once things start going, like you can snowball subs pretty fast. I'd like to hit 1,000 subs so I can monetize and live stream and do some fun stuff. So if you found this video and you like it, just go ahead and hit subscribe. And I love to interact with followers on my channel, so if you want to leave a comment, I'll read it and comment back. Man, some of the made-for-TV movies in the 80s were the best, because they're just so 80s. They're just... It's hard to explain, but there's some cheesiness about the 80s that really comes through in 80s TV movies. But synopsis of this movie is Phil, Mitch, Vinny, Mary, and Melissa are friends. Unwittingly wake Melissa's great-great-great-great-grandmother Lucinda, who is a witch and has brought the dead back to get revenge. Sandy is a cheerleader from the 50s who is back to help the kids. Sounds interesting. Got some zombies and witches. Don't you guys wish that we could just rewind to the beginning of October and start all over and enjoy Halloween again? I mean, shit, in a week it's going to be fucking Thanksgiving already. It's crazy. Most of the reviews for this, in terms on IMDb, are like 6 to 7 out of 10, so that's not bad, right? Somebody gave it a 10 out of 10.
Costumes were worn to scare away the evil spirits on the night they had their most power. In the early years of the town, Nathaniel Grenville, my great
Macaulay Culkin makes his first ever on-screen appearance as an uncredited trick-or-treater. Oh, how about that?
These guys back then believed in all this stuff about witches.
It aired on November 1st, 1985, the day after Halloween.
Or Pitchfork Cove, as it got to be known because of what happened. And this witch was Lucinda, Grenville's slave.
Holy shit, this chick's 31 years old? 31 playing a high school student, yeah.
Lucinda brought a terrible curse on the town. Halloween was the best time to do it when witchcraft was at its most powerful.
Beer.
All the legendary demons of hell were loosed.
Time to get a buzz going.
Business on Earth came back from the grave. But no one knows how he did it. Nathaniel Grenville, the witch hunter general as he was later called, put an end to the curse at midnight on Halloween, and all the demons were laid to rest. All except
I need to get a
who was hung in the town square in the early morning hours following Halloween.
I need to get a R-rated horror commentary podcast going for horrorphilia.com. I'm actually doing a review for horrorphilia.com on a movie called Pickaxe, which is a slasher that came out recently. And, whew, I watched it just to kind of familiarize myself with it and get the ball rolling, and it's something, man. It's going to be interesting to review it. Not the best movie, but it's got moments. But I'll be doing a review for the Bloody Bits podcast show on horrorphilia.com, which I have a show on. Horrorphilia.com is a aggregator of a bunch of horror podcasts, probably the best on the internet, I think. It's where I kind of started with this whole thing. But I have a show called the R-Rated Horror Commentary Podcast, and you can find all the episodes on my channel. They're all essentially just horror commentaries with me and my friend Matt and other guest hosts and stuff, and we just talk about all these like crazy 80s movies, you know, Piranha and The Shining and all the Nightmare, not the night. Well, I did a couple Nightmare on Elm Street, but all the Friday the 13th, a bunch of the Halloween movies, you know, all the classic horror flicks, and it's still going, still doing movies, and you know, they go up once or twice a month. Got about 65 episodes in there, but you can find them all on my channel too. Some of them have the movie, but most of them don't, and but you can download it at horrorphilia.com. It's also on iTunes and Spotify. If you're interested, if that's how you like listen to content, you can find my podcast there.
I don't know. It's in the archives. It's just more old stuff. Anything good? I don't know.
Sorry, Grandma.
It's stuff. Cool. It looks like nobody's been down here in years. Oh, great. So let's first. This is not a good idea.
Just
and we
consider
shouldn't be
it
here.
an adventure.
I'm always a big fan of movies that take place on Halloween. You know what I mean? On or around Halloween, because it just brings out all that Halloween goodness, you know?
Well, what if there's anything valuable down here, man?
You may notice that my pumpkin is gone. Finally shit the bed. I had to throw it out. It was starting to get limp and slimy. So I threw it out in the garden to biodegrade, and that's it. No more pumpkins, so I was bummed. So it was a nice jack-o'-lantern, but, you know, it's weird because I think I did like 3 pumpkins this year. The ones I bought at the grocery store, like, rotted so fast. One of them rotted, and I didn't even carve it. It only lasted maybe a week from the time I brought it home from the grocery store. Didn't even carve into it. It just biodegraded right there on my porch. The other one from the store rotted really fast, and then the one I got from Walmart though was from a different pumpkin seller, retailer or whatever, and it lasted quite a while actually. Twice as long, I would say. But you know, man, once you carve them, especially if they're inside, they go bad so quick. But maybe I need to get like a nice artificial pumpkin, you know, with a light bulb in it or something, a plastic one that I can have around all the time. I don't know how this movie slipped past my radar after all these years, considering I was an 80s kid. I love that Wolfman's in it because I'm a huge American Graffiti fan. And if you haven't seen American Graffiti, it's about a bunch of high school students at the end of their high school experience. They all graduating and going off to college. And they live in this like little town in California. And it takes place in like the early 60s. And it's just all about their relationships and following around these different groups of kids. And Wolfman Jack was an actual DJ back in those times. And, you know, he was fairly popular for his time. And he popped up in a bunch of movies. And this is one of them. But I love American Graffiti. If you haven't seen it, it's one of George Lucas's first movies that he made. It actually ended up on TV instead of in the theaters, but it became like an instant cult classic. It was very well received by the public, and it's a charming little movie, man. It's a little slice of life type movie, you know what I mean? Geez, a very smoky graveyard. Look, it looks like there's like steam vents coming out of the graveyard. I'm pretty sure graveyards don't do that. I mean, they might get foggy, but they don't have actual points that you can... points in the ground where steam comes out of it.
18 bodies buried in the backyard. Ew.
Yeah, your old man sure nailed him good. Just sentenced, but didn't throw the switch.
18 bodies. How could somebody do something like
I
that?
wonder if these songs are gonna get my channel hit.
Psychotic killer and at 6'8" and very
There's a lot of music in this
sounds like
movie. Killer monster. I'm a fan of any movie that starts on out in the graveyard like this. Some kids up to no good, right? So we got the nerd, we got the jock,
Party yet tonight?
No, baby. See, I think best under pressure.
couple babes.
Very last moment, for instance.
Sherry Belafonte is fucking
Wait a second.
super hot. He's super good looking. I would not kick that lady out of bed, no sir.
It's the Grenville coat of arms again.
Oh, a ring.
Did you guys grow up watching Reading Rainbow? Reading Rainbow. I used to love that show.
Maybe we ought to tell somebody.
LeVar Burton, the most likable black guy you ever met in your life.
It was out of a stolen trunk. Look, it doesn't matter anyway. We're gonna bring it back tomorrow. But tonight's the night. What do you think this is, anyway?
Maybe it's a Grenfell's little black book, you know, telephone numbers for local demons.
So he can come back and visit his old haunts, huh? Vinny, why don't you put it
Maybe I
down
should turn the.
Whoops.
Is there closed captioning on this?
Wonderful.
Let's see.
What's it say?
Wow, look at
I guess not.
Ooh, it looks like it's written in blood.
on human skin. Astrios
No option for closed captions. Oh well.
Desmogon. Mo Larry Curligon. Mitch, maybe you shouldn't be doing this, huh?
No, Phil's right. You shouldn't be doing it.
Mm-mm-mm.
My blood.
Drinking beer, watching 80s movies. My favorite pastime.
Wunderbar. Desmogon.
Gonna raise the dead. Me and my friend Nicole have been watching.
Come heed my bidding on this night.
I've been walking her through the Friday the 13th franchise because she's never seen any of them. And it's always so fun to see how somebody who's never seen a single Friday the 13th movie reacts to them. You know, because 1 and 2 are similar, but they're totally different from anything after
Eternal torment.
3. Right? From 3 on, they're all 1 and 2 are similar.
All manner
Then 3 on forward, 3 through.
of sleep. Thirsting
So my cat wants to get on the action. Then 3 through 7 are all pretty somewhat similar formula. 8's Jason Takes Manhattan. 9, then they go off the rails with Jason Goes to Hell. Then you got Jason X. Very, very different. There's my cat wants to hang out with us. There's Lucy. What's up, Loose Goose?
agony.
Hey, Loose Goose.
Life to the dead.
Yeah, let's get Lucy in here.
To the living.
She needs some attention. Hey, baby.
Arise.
Lucy's my roommate, so... Oh, man, she's like, she's fucking with him. Oh, you're gonna knock over my shit. Alright, that's enough. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so she's been... I think we're up to... We just did Jason Takes Manhattan.
Didn't anyone listen to my report today?
And she wasn't a big fan of that one. I think so far she liked like what you would expect. 4, I think she liked 5 best. 4, 5, and 6. I think those are the 3, 4, 5 are my favorite. 4, 5, 6. 6 is it still makes the cut. 7, it's just a bad movie, but there's good stuff in it. But so we gotta do Freddy vs. Jason, Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, and the reboot. I got a kitty in my lap. Usually got to put her in kitty jail, which is the bathroom, so that she doesn't do this. Get all up in the business. All right, come on, baby. Here we go. She's an outdoor cat I adopted about 3 years ago. And she's so personable and affectionate, but she likes to be, she's not a lap kitty, but she likes to be in your area and get attention and be pet. She loves to, you know, have her ears scratched. All right, baby, go on. Go lay down. Don't you know I'm trying to do a show here? She's messing up my microphone. Go on. Some cool zombie makeup. So I love this like cheesy ass shit. Look at that cheap ass headstone. So I'm gonna have to put her in kitty jail. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Lucy, why are you gonna mess up my shit? Come here. I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I love her, but she can be a pain in the ass sometimes. Right when this shit was getting good, man. What did I miss? Some awesome resurrections. Some awesome graveyard resurrections. A cheerleader in a graveyard at night with a bunch of fog and zombies, and it's a winning recipe. Sorry if I'm a little sniffly still. I've been sick for like a whole week. So I've been sick since I did Plan 9. I mean, you could tell on that show, I was dragging ass, man. My whole face was puffy, and I enjoyed it, but I was like struggling to get through because I was feeling sick. And now, like, I'm just at that point where I'm flushing out all the gunk and almost back to normal, but I'm still like sniffly. Ooh, midget zombie. Now you're talking. That's something to write home about. Midget zombie, you don't see that every day. Is it, can you say midget? Midget's not PC anymore, right? It's a little person. It's a little undead person. These aren't bad. These look pretty good. This is better than some mainstream shit I've seen. Almost feels like a Michael Jackson video or something. There's a little boy who's a little person that comes into the place where I work, and he's just so cool, man. I'm always happy when he comes in. You know, he'll come in every so often with his mom, and he's just the coolest little kid. It's Hardy. Recognize that costume. I do too, man. I love Halloween. Doesn't everybody wish they had like dad like Dick Van Patten, you know? Just a nice guy. You know, very reasonable, just cheerful, you know? A little bit on the portly side. Genuinely takes interest in the shit that you do. Oh my god, what a fucking nerd. Bodacious. Yeah, we used to say dumb shit like that in the 80s. Rad. We said rad, we said bad, we said bodacious, we said... God, what were so many catchphrases in the 80s? Radical. Yeah, I don't even know. It's so weird how every generation has, like, things they say that are, like, popular, you know? Now we just have memes, I guess. Oh, I guess one of the most recent ones I remember. This guy probably quite a while ago. It was probably like 2010. I remember like a girl I was dating. She said, "Oh, that's poppin'." Like that's like totally lit or whatever, you know. Oh, that's poppin'. Like when she go to that party, it's gonna be totally poppin'. And I just laughed in her face. I was like, "What the fuck is poppin'? Are you like who are you? Where'd you pick that up? What shitty, city bar did you hear your friends say that at? You know?" Zombie just wants to read the paper, man. Come on.
Happy Halloween. You're a liar. No liar. What's so pitiful about it? Because you're such a bad liar. Dad, I'm not lying. Shut up when you're talking to me.
Oh, drunk dad.
You listen to me now.
Gotta love drunk 80s dad.
Well, you won't. You won't. You think I've been on the bench for 30 years in this town? I recognize liars when I see them. Top-notch professional grade A liars. And I get them. I get them.
Can you imagine having a judge as a dad? That'd be awful. A drunk judge.
You're the judge's son. So why don't admit it?
Oh, the moral superiority
Don't
complex.
tell me you didn't. Everyone in this town recognizes this witch hunter's getup. Admit it, damn it. I admit it. Yeah, I took the costume. I'm gonna bring it back tomorrow. Nobody's gonna see it. I'm just gonna go to the party, then I'll bring it back. Go on. And if you get caught,
And the old maid mom who sits around knitting all night.
Dad, it's not Watergate. We just bought a couple clothes. I'm gonna bring them back. Well, I've got news for you, son. If you do get caught, I'm not gonna let you off. I'm gonna get you good. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Shut up, you old cock. What an asshole.
Trick.
Yeah, this is Will Bannon. It's Halloween, so we gonna be rocking till the midnight hour with the weird tunes.
Eat your wolf man, Jack.
Baby, for all you young lovers. So guys, grab your favorite ghoul, hold her real tight, give her a love bite, 'cause tonight just might be the night.
I swear to God, that guy's face paint changed. What the hell? These songs are totally gonna ding me, man. I'm gonna get a copyright claim left and right.
Is this Maple Avenue? It doesn't look like the Maple Avenue I know.
Dude's just sitting there fantasizing,
Yeah,
getting his dick all hard and
that's a
shit.
great costume.
Kimchi car. Is it yours or your dad's?
It's mine.
Me.
That is an awesome car. I always want, if I could get any car, it would definitely be an old classic, you know, that was fully restored. You just can't, they don't make cars like that anymore, man. You ever sit in an old 50s car, and the seat, you know, the vinyls, the way, just the design of it, the interior, the environment of it is awesome, you know.
Know if you were from around here.
So much more class, when things were made with quality, you know. All the chrome, and
Sorta.
it's just awesome. I would love to be able to afford a nice car like that.
Go home first.
Okay. You know, there's if you're not doing anything later, there's a big party up at the old Cavender house. It's up.
I don't get what he's supposed to be, like, at all. Like,
Well, if you're not doing anything later, come on by.
Thanks. What's your name?
Phil.
My name's Sandy. Maybe I'll see you later, Phil.
of course her name is Sandy. Sandra D. Turn the volume down a little bit. In the hopes that maybe YouTube doesn't recognize the songs. I bet those will go up for like one day and then I'll get a copyright claim and they'll block it or some shit. Oh, check out the sweet fucking Walkman headphones. All yellow.
New England is sure getting into Halloween.
I never really did any really hijinks like that on Halloween. I never toilet papered anybody's house or anything. Or I don't think we definitely ran around with eggs, but we threw them at each other. I don't think we ever egged houses. I remember when I was a kid, the local store wouldn't sell eggs on Halloween. They, not to any children anyway. Any other day of the year is fine, 364 days fine. But on Halloween, nope, not selling you eggs, But this house that I live in now has been egged on Halloween. There's still like a big fucking stain on the front of the house. But I never egged houses. We just wanted to like egg each other. We had, how kids are. We just separate into groups and we go try to find each other and then try to egg each other and shit. But I don't think I ever egged anybody's property, or I don't think I definitely didn't toilet paper or anything like that either. I was a pretty good kid for the most part. This is kind of like it's a little bit like, man, she is ugly. Kind of like a little bit like a not Return of the Living Dead, maybe Night of the Living Dead vibe going on here. I'm trying to remember where I know this guy from. His last name is McCarthy. Definitely was an 80s actor. Where have I seen him before? Sure, he's another character actor that's been in a ton of shit. I hope this guy gets his ass kicked. Every movie needs a good, annoying, innocent, what would you call him? Antagonist, just a fucking prick. Because, you enjoy watching him get his ass, or her, get their ass handed to them. You just, see them get their up-and-comings. Their upcomings. It's very 1950s death. We'll just cut away to the shadow on the wall. Yeah. Aw, man, they're not gonna kill the innocent knitting lady, are they? She's just trying to make a sweater for her sister on Christmas or whatever. They're playing this song again? Oh, right, because the movie's called Midnight Hour. We're gonna, jam that song in here every 10, 15 minutes. That's so lazy, man. I mean, it's fine if you're going to throw it in the credits of the movie, but in the movie it's kind of corny, It's just like when you go to see, I remember going to see this movie, Sweet Home Alabama, was, Reese Witherspoon and Matthew McConaughey. All right. Love, rom-com, whatever. And I just remember going with my girlfriend. I was like, how long until they bust out the Leonard... Is it Leonard Skinner? Sweet Home Alabama? I don't know, whatever. It's like, how long until they bust out that song? And sure enough, didn't take very long. It's a pretty cool zombie costume. And I miss the 80s. It would be fun to go back for like just a week or something, you know. There's the grandma. She's a resurrected witch, I guess. Coming back from the dead to enact revenge on the town.
Is that great? Well, I thought so. Weird. Very weird.
Tonight, every hour, on the hour, it's the
Is he supposed to be like Ziggy's Stardust meets fucking a Dracula or something?
Who is that guy?
He was holding a Cabbage Patch Kid. Holy shit.
Yeah, Junior High. Good. Yeah, thanks.
In case you don't know, Cabbage Patch Kid were these dolls back in the 80s that were like every generation has a it toy, you know, and ours was Cabbage Patch dolls, were these little plush dolls that looked like they were babies. They had diapers and they came in a box. You know, they had a pacifier, and for whatever reason, they were all the rage, and they would just sell out. Like you couldn't, you know, people. It was one of those things that people would like fight for at the local Kmart's or whatever, because every mom or grandma wanted to get one for their for their daughter or granddaughter. And the whole idea was adoption. You adopted this little baby, and they came with a backstory, and yada 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 yada. And then that inspired the Garbage Pail Kids, which I liked in the 80s. But Cabbage Patch Kids were, God, a thing. And my sister had one, and now they're, I'm sure somebody out there probably collects those, but they were worth a small mint for a while.
Hey, Melissa. Everything under control? Yes. Nice jacket. Oh, thanks. They floated. Interesting dress. Thanks, Miss Johnson. Call me Vinny. Melissa, this is my friend Dad. Dad, this is Melissa and...
Vinny.
Vinny, yes.
Vinny's getting his fucking moves on, man.
Wine for chaperones only.
I'm actually kind of jealous of Vinny. I wish I was dating Sherry Belafonte.
Some down in the cellar lot. I'll check. Okay, thanks.
She's a total bab.
No, Vinny.
Vinny's a fucking horn dog. Can't say I blame him, though. You think you should, like, break off, like, a little piece, you know? Just give him a kiss, jeez. Ugh. Let me tell you something about chewing tobacco, man. It's one of the fucking grossest bad habits you could ever pick up in life. Like, I never did, but I was around a lot of dudes in the military, chewed tobacco all the time, and they spit in fucking cups and soda cans and fucking bottles, and and they leave their fucking spit laying around everywhere, and they just fucking disgusting, man. Like, why would you ever chew tobacco? It's fucking gross. It rots your teeth and your gums. You know? I actually think it's worse than fucking smoking. I'd rather be around a heavy smoker than someone who chews tobacco. Damn. That's one savage zombie. Is that a zombie? I didn't get a good look. I was gonna say it's one savage fucking zombie. Aw, man. Midget zombie wants some fucking punch, man. That's actually a pretty cool little makeup. It actually looks kind of creepy. So that's why I always like feel weirded out like eating open foods at a party, because you never know like who sneezed all over everything, who's fucking stuck their face in the punch bowl or whatever. Believe me, I mean, at my job when we have parties and it's like they set out all this food and like I just see these little kids like literally just they'll like grab handfuls of chip and eat them over the bowl, and like crumbs just fall into the bowl of chips and people go by and they pick up chips out of the bowl and eat it. It's just like, you don't know what somebody just did to that bowl. It's fucking disgusting, man.
Don't worry about her.
Mary, you want to dance?
Oh, no, thanks. Not right now, Phil. I rushed out so quick, I didn't have time to put this together. What did you want to be? The Bride of Frankenstein?
The Bride of Frankenstein. That's a great movie, by the way. Bride of Frankenstein's good shit. I really want to do like in-depth Universal Horror like retrospective or something, because I've seen a lot of those movies and a lot of them are really good. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in that era that's, you know, not so good, but the mainstream ones that you know that were considered like the Avengers movies of the time are actually really good, and I need to get the big box set for like $150. That's got all the good ones in it, and then just go to town on it. Oh, by the way, I did get my speaking of 80s, there's a show called V, which stands for Visitors. It's an aliens show about these reptilians that come to Earth, and they try to essentially they're coming to Earth under the false pretense that they want to make an alliance with Earth and, you know, get to know the people and integrate. But what they're really doing is they're trying to sneakily infiltrate the population and take over Earth. And it's got Robert Englund, aka Freddy Krueger, in it, and Mark Singer is like the main dude, the dashing hero. But it's this twisted little 80s TV show. It has some funny special effects in it and stuff, and I watched it vehemently as a kid. You know, I was like really hooked on it when I was little, and I bought it on DVD because I was thinking about reviewing it, and it came in the mail the other day, so I'm super excited to watch it. There's a season or two, and there's a movie as well. So yeah, maybe I'll do that for the channel. I'll finally get around to reviewing that. I'm just gonna enjoy watching them either way, you know, and seeing if it holds up to my memory. But was she gonna kill her own granddaughter?
What do you think? A little much? Yes. Yeah, you're right. Bye. Bye. Melissa, there seems to be a bit of a problem.
I think she's doing like a David Bowie look or something.
Nope. The chaperones are out of wine. I'll get some more from the cellar. Thanks. That is one fantastic chaperone. Really?
These kids definitely don't feel like high schoolers. They feel like in the least they're college students or something, you know. Oh, you got fucked up, son. Now you're gonna be eaten by wolves. Uh-oh. I feel a transformation has happened. This movie doesn't really have much of a focus. It kind of feels like it's just a hodgepodge of Halloween-y type stuff, which is fine, you know, whatever. I'm just sitting here waiting for them to play Midnight Hour again. How many more times do you think they'll play it in the movie? I'd say at least 2 more times they'll play Midnight Hour, just to remind us what we're watching. I wonder if this is 85 and it was on ABC, there had to have been commercials. I wonder if they just cut them out. Whoever dropped this online, they must have edited it out, or maybe they released a version that you could buy on DVD that was commercialless or whatever, but...
Scared me. I just thought you might need some help. Picking something out. Thanks.
Oh, they're jamming Morrissey, it sounds like.
I don't know wine real well. My dad will probably
Yep, that's definitely Morrissey.
old or too valuable or whatever. I don't know what to do. Just something to quench the thirst.
The dead grandma is going to help her pick out some wine for the party.
There's only one thing that can quench the thirst. The unbearable thirst, the thirst of the centuries to be passed on forever. What do you think? Red or white? Red. Definitely red.
I've never been a big wine drinker because it gives me a fucking headache. But, grandma's a vampire. I always go with red. I just, not much of a... White wines are too bitter, you know what I mean? How you gonna feed on your own granddaughter? That's fucked up, man. And you're like, look at this. Bottles are flying off the shelf. Man, what a waste of good booze, man. That's a fucking party foul right there. All that aged wine. Some of these fucking parents are gonna be pissed. God damn, ABC must have paid a small mint to get all this all these popular songs in their soundtrack. Sorry guys, I had a TV dinner for dinner and it's not sitting well. Why is y'all pasty all of a sudden? Now we got Creedence Clearwater Revival. CCR. Yeah, we're almost an hour in already. Let's get this movie going, man. Let's get some good shit going on here. Is that Creedence? I can't tell. It sounds... I know the song. 60s song. You see, maybe it says on IMDb. Man, this fucking nerd's getting rejected left and right, man. I feel bad for the guy. Maybe Sandy will swing by and cheer him up, you know? Give him a little bit of loving. Let's see. Tagline of this movie is "Ghouls just want to have fun." That's corny as fuck, man. It was the 80s, so. Hey, even zombies need a party, man. Come on. Gonna make out on the couch. Of course, they had to squeeze Elm Street in there, right? Because that was Nightmare on Elm Street was already a thing by then.
Mom, you gave us apples. Well, don't eat them. Now remember, we talked about that. Yeah. And you guys promised to keep an eye on the kids for me. Will you do that? Is this everything? Just, yeah, 1 second. Now listen, don't let the kids eat anything that's not wrapped. Right, okay. I'm sorry, what? This is Elmer Maple, isn't it? Yes, it is. But my house, this
Let's
house
see.
is supposed to be here. My house has one story, and we have a little fence that went all the way around. And my doggy's house is supposed to be right here. Well, this is Elmer Maple. I'm sorry, I've got to go. Would you kids wait for me right at the corner, please?
Oh, Three Dog Night. Yeah, it's called Mama Told Me Not to Come. Three Dog Night. So yeah, I had it wrong. Not CCR. Three Dog Night. I always get bands like that confused. I'm not really a big fan of CCR or Three Dog Night, so. Sea of Love, another classic jam of days gone by. I think I like the Led Zeppelin version better, the Robert Plant version.
Hi again. Sandy, right?
Yeah, hi.
What's wrong?
Everything? Nothing to say.
God, this guy looks like such a fucking soy boy.
Like what?
Incel.
What happened here, get it? I thought it was cute.
It got all itchy. I ditched it.
He's a soy boy incel blend. He's like a soy cell.
Remake?
The original was a lot more head.
It says Sandy on her shirt. What sense does that make at all? Does she go to Sandy High? Does she just Sandy High School? Like, why would it say Sandy on her shirt? That's very strange.
I was just sitting.
Like, when I was
Remember that party I told you?
in school and I had to wear a uniform for basketball,
No.
it didn't say on the front Josh. It said my school name on it, you know?
What do you mean you won't be around for long? You're not thinking of doing something crazy, are you?
No, I'm not thinking about killing myself, if that's what you mean. What a waste of time now. Yeah. Hey, what are you doing with your top up on a night like this, huh?
It's cold outside.
Not for me. Why don't you put it down and give me a ride, huh?
Better give her a ride, man. Put that top down ASAP. Give her a ride. Crank that Wolfman Jack in those golden oldies and get that girl up to Lover's Lane and, you know, fucking make something of the night. Jesus Christ, you've been, like, rejected left and right.
What's that? Huh? Hey, let's drag.
Drag it.
Oh, come on, Phil.
This movie is definitely borrowing a little bit from American Graffiti. I feel like, you know, it's swiping some stuff from here and there. It's American Graffiti and other things that were popular in the 80s. It's just, you know, it's a made-for-TV movie, so it's forgivable, but, you know, which is fine. I like, you know, subtle things like that. You know, it's no big deal. It's not trying to be particularly, like, original or anything, but I definitely noticed it. But this fucking guy ain't no Bob Falfa, that's for sure. Oh man, he smoked him. That fucking turned her on, man.
Phil, I've got a really half idea.
What?
Well, I was a little down in the dumps like before I ran into you.
Yeah?
And I'm just coming out of it, and nothing, I mean nothing would bring me out of it quicker than a big chocolate ice cream soda. So
She wants a big chocolate ice cream sundae.
The malt shop.
That's right. She ain't from your decade. She ain't from your generation. You got the hots for a corpse, motherfucker. Fucking zombies are going at it on the couch.
Maybe I should call home and see if my brother's alright. What do you think? Yeah, you're right. He's probably sleeping. I don't want to wake him up anyway. They're animals.
What's the matter? Did old Frankenstein Rick drop you or what?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Oh, thanks a lot. I knew you'd understand.
This is probably a couple years before LeVar scored the Next Generation gig, because I don't think that came out till, is it 87? What was Star Trek Next Gen? It's definitely before that. It has to be. Let me see. I always feel like Star Trek Next Gen was so like they're fucking recycling Morrissey again. Let's see. Star Trek. Yeah, 87. I was right. I always think it was like 89, because it just. I always think of Next Gen as early 90s, but it actually started in 87. So yeah, this was 2 years before Star Trek Next Gen. So I imagine in 86 he auditioned to get the role, and Geordi in that. So it's probably right. Yeah, it was definitely right before it.
Yeah, except for swap meets.
So what are they showing there? Halloween fright films. Let me see what they got. Come on, move out of the way, dork. I'm gonna miss it, aren't I? Deadly Messages. Something. Oh man, I want to go back and see. Shit.
The crazy things your parents tell you did, like running down the street.
I wish there was a theater nearby here that just showed horror movies on Halloween night, like a marathon. That'd be so much fun. See how many movies I could make it through, Hell, I wish there was like a drive-in theater nearby here. I'd go all the time. Huge drive-in fan.
We got the team on the scene. No doubt about it. We're gonna shout it. Who's gonna win? Come on, Phil.
What are those shredded newspapers?
You can do better than that.
Pittsburgh.
Louder.
Pittsburgh.
God, this guy is so fucking beta, man. It's not even funny.
This is such a dreamy song. Dance with me.
That's technically a mullet. His hair, that's technically a mullet, I feel like. I feel like this movie is targeted towards boomers who grew up in the 50s or born in the 50s, children in the 50s. They're trying to appeal to that crowd, which makes sense. Some 30-something housewife, sitting at home on a fucking Halloween night, 1985, watching this fucking made-for-TV movie on ABC, which at 85, there's like fucking, you had 85, I think you had cable by then, right? Maybe not. I'm trying to remember 85.
I've got a really cool idea.
I was 8 years old.
Years I had to look up like drag strip.
Cable was just becoming a thing, but most people just had regular TV that had like 3 or 4 channels on it. And then, if you had a lot of money, you had cable, but even that was very, very limited. So, they're probably watching this on ABC on, Halloween night, 1985, and studios know that, so they're probably trying to appeal to a boomer crowd.
Let's go anyway. You never know what might happen.
Okay.
I actually really like 50s music. I've always been a fan of it. All that doo-wop shit. Some of it can get kind of annoying. But for the majority, I enjoy the sort of like, well, I mean, it's good music. I mean, it's well-written music. And it's, got a romantic vibe to it. And I don't know. It's just something about the sort of, I don't want to say naivety, but the innocence. That's probably the right word. I like the innocence of it, If you ever wanted to get a crash course in great 50s, 60s music, listen to the American Graffiti soundtrack. It's one of the best soundtracks to a movie ever that creates an atmosphere. And it's like 4 discs. You can probably just download it on iTunes now, but they finally made it to Lover's Lane, man. Maybe he's, gonna break off a piece and, stop being such a soy boy over here. I would imagine, God, she's she's going for it. I would imagine she would be kind of like asking a lot of questions about his fucking haircut, because nobody in the 50s had a haircut like that. And when the Beatles came out in the 60s, their shag haircuts were like controversial, and then people started copying it, and people were way more conservative in the 50s. They would have had greased hair, combed, shorts, fucking like they walked right out of the barber shop kind of look. Aw, man. Vampire zombie gonna show up and like ruin their good time. Is that like is that a vampire zombie, or is that like a werewolf or something? Oh, it's the guy that was walking his dogs, right? Yeah, this is just sort of like a catch-all Halloween movie. That's fine. I don't know what this movie's about. It doesn't really matter. It's just all kind of just sequences tethered together to make some sort of atmospheric Halloween movie, and that's fine. I like, it's fine. I like that kind of stuff. Especially when I'm doing hangouts, movie hangouts, Don't need to follow the story too closely. I wonder if it says who did the special effects on this. Let me see. All cast and crew. Jack Bender is the director. See if he's got anything under his belt. Best known for Child's Play 3. It looks like he directed a Game of Thrones episode and some Lost. No, wait, I take that back. Yeah, Game of Thrones. Yeah, some Lost. Okay. He did some Sopranos. So he did a lot of TV, but he did Child's Play 3 as well. He's done some work, mostly TV though. Let's see. Makeup department. So it's like looks like 6 different people here. Rick Stratton, makeup artist. Known for Watchmen, Armageddon, Battleship, Logan. So he's a worker. He's done some shit. Mike Smithson. Yeah, these guys have all done stuff. So that's why it looks, I think, relatively decent, you know, for a TV movie.
Captain Jensen, this really did happen.
Jeff Dawn, makeup department. As of 2017, Jeff has department headed the makeup departments of on about 40 films plus over 200 episodes on several TV shows. He specializes in action, adventure, futuristic. So he did a lot of stuff with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Batman and Robin, Total Recall, Terminator 2. So, you know, respectable crew here, it looks like. That's pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I mean, they're just, I think, you know, standard to above average sort of makeups in this. I mean, it's definitely not like lazy oatmeal on the face looking zombies or whatever.
It was just some old piece of parchment wrapped up with seal.
What kind of a seal?
Wax with the imprint of Nathaniel Grenville's ring.
Phil, listen. I know you're gonna think I'm crazy.
Yeah, go on.
The dead are coming back to life in Pitchford Cove. I know, believe me.
This movie would be better if that was Linnea Quigley as Sandy. Because the world needs more Quigs. Come on.
Out to do things they never got to do.
You know this role would be so much fun. More fun if it was Linnea Quigley. The Quigs.
Fall in love.
Sandy, you're right.
You believe me?
No, I think you're crazy. Come on.
She looks almost
Serious.
just like her, too.
Even so, how does all
If you're talking about young Linnea Quigley.
All demons in hell sent yourself as part of the ritual. Phil, listen to me. What we've got to do now is get a hold of that parchment and reseal it using
Sorry, guys. It's after midnight here. It's a midnight hour here for real.
do this all by midnight.
A little sleepy, but I'm off tomorrow, so fuck it. I'm all good to go.
You're starting to sound like those cops back there.
Got more beers to drink.
Why midnight?
Because if we don't do it while it's still Halloween and the night people everyone who dies this night will walk
I got my Bud Light.
and all who are touched
I got my Kiss t-shirt. And a nice 80s movie.
Those are the exact words.
And I'm good to go. It's sad. That's basically like a night of fun for me now. I don't go out to the bars anymore. I just sit at home and watch 80s movies and drink beer. You know. But hey, it's cheaper than going to the bars, so. Oh, come on. Oh, man. I just broke my heart to see somebody crash into a beautiful classic automobile like that, man. Come on. You fucking douche.
Judge Crandall! You're right. The end there.
He got turned into a zombie.
The parchment's at my house. Mitch has Grenville's ring. We need wax from the witch hunter's bones and what else?
Let's do everything by midnight.
Midnight. Wait here. We might as well add on one more crime in the interest of justice. We're gonna need this too.
Why?
In case we run into some more of those werewolves.
Right.
And I got just the thing in my dad's office. Stop.
What?
This movie's not bad. I mean, it's not. It doesn't really have focus. You know, it's nothing urgent happening. And it just sort of meanders from one kind of boring scene to the next. But there's sort of enough going on to kind of keep you interested. And it's, you know, got the Halloween vibes, the Halloween atmosphere, so that's cool. But I'm still kind of waiting for something awesome to happen, you know? Here's a big music number. I'm guessing that she actually sang this song. Yeah, this is very thriller inspired. I'm pretty sure Thriller was out by then, by the time this movie hit TV. Custody Thriller was probably like 84, 83. So yeah, this is definitely like riding fucking Michael Jackson coattails a little bit. Why is there a football player in a diaper? That's weird. There's the thing about 80s, though. The reason why everybody likes the 80s is because it was fun. I mean, this movie's fun. It might not be that good, but at least it's making an attempt to be fun and entertain you, you know? I mean, most movies don't do this corny, fun shit anymore. You know? Everything's gonna be all serious now. I can't remember the last movie I went to go see in a theater. It was just like corny fun, you know? That's so fucking stupid. Oh my god, what the hell? I wonder how many times they had to do this. This is where the movie turns into like a shitty music video, you know? Oh, look at the little person dancing in the background. That's cool.
Dad would be proud, sort of.
Phil, please hurry.
I'm almost there. Listen, there's a flashlight on the top of the refrigerator. Get it, we're gonna need it. I'll be out in the car in a couple seconds.
Okay.
Oh, beer. Beer's flowing.
Where are we going? Up to the roof. Where's Vic? Don't worry about him. He won't mind.
She's got another victim in her clutches. Excuse me. So anybody who's got a little bit of gray face paint on is essentially a zombie or they're vampires or something like that, I guess. Oh man. They even got Dick Van Patten in some makeup. That's a little... That was pretty lame. That was pretty thrown together, but...
What's the matter, Nathaniel?
What's the matter, baby?
Are you afraid of dying?
Yeah, she looks good. She has nice eyes.
Come on, get down.
I'm not afraid of dying, Nathaniel. Are you afraid of dying?
Down.
Because if you're afraid of dying, Nathaniel, you shouldn't be up here with me. You might just die in my arms. Of course, if you catch me, you can have me. All of me.
What about Vic?
Note to self, if any chick ever says that to me, run the other direction. Here comes Zombie Judge.
He's probably drunk. I gotta go dry him up before the kids...
Your dad is gone.
Oh, that was some good acting. Shit, this role could be played by Linnea Quigley too.
Thanks, Mary.
Way better than this chick did it. Drunken dad. Drunken zombie judge dad. Guys, that is pretty corny too. Did they like was the budget running out at this point? Oh, snap. Drunken zombie judge dad just murdered his own son. That's pretty harsh, man. Or did he? Da-da-da. Oh, he looks pretty dead. What is happening? He's serenading the dead.
All manner of demons, all manner of dead.
Maybe if we just go real slow, they won't notice us.
Be real quiet.
We got a little something from every era here. We got Revolutionary War. We got Napoleon. We got fucking World War One, World War Two. Red smoke. Where is that coming? I'm dumping my milk out. Look at me, I'm crazy. I'm dumping my milk. Where do you even get milk in a bottle in 1985? In a glass bottle, I should say. I'm pretty sure that in 1985, no one was delivering milk in glass bottles, okay? Everybody's buying... I don't even think there were milkmen anymore. I'm pretty sure there weren't. Everybody's just going to their local convenience store and buying a jug just like today. So far, his strategy's working. Just drive real slow and you're all good to go. I'm not sure if that worked, but... Oh, man! They got Kurtwood Smith, too. He's a zombie now? Shit. This is a big crescendo at the end, huh? And they're taking us out of the action. Oh, so now she's turned as well.
Your friend Mary, she's dressed so strangely.
Some girls dress like that all the time. Not just on Halloween.
In my day, if a girl looked like that, people would say she was possessed. She'd be burned at the stake.
Times have changed.
Yeah, boomer.
Some things never change.
You know what this is? It's just a cheesy 80s horror not even a horror movie. I guess it's a horror movie. This is a cheesy 80s made-for-TV horror movie with not much substance, with a little bit of style that's not bad for the time, and a little bit of money thrown into it, a little bit of talent. It's just kind of not really. It's more of an atmospheric piece. It's not really focused on story too much. It doesn't really feel like it has a consistent tone, but it doesn't really feel like it takes us anywhere. Like it doesn't meander off the path too much. It just like it doesn't build up suspense and it doesn't really thrill us or excite us too much. But then again, it doesn't really dip down too much. It's just one kind of. It's very monotone, in its tone and what it's presenting us from scene to scene to scene. That's not really a good thing for a movie, but again, it is TV, so whatever. I'm sure there were like commercial breaks and stuff breaking up the movie. But I don't know. I mean, it's the kind of thing you would throw on at a Halloween party to be playing in the background or something. Look at that face. So corny.
We have to end this.
Don't come another step closer.
This is very, very, very thriller inspired. But the dude who directed this ain't no John Landis either. I totally missed why the ring was important, but isn't syrup sticky? Seems like that would make it worse. I mean, they couldn't have like, I don't know, corn oil on the fucking kitchen counter or something instead. This is a big crescendo of the movie. Everybody's gonna be returned back to normal. Nerd's gonna save the day. Jump scare. It would have been cool if they got some 80s horror icon costumes in there, you know? Like a little Freddy over there, a little Jason over there. Would have been a nice little nod. I mean, at this point, why not? You know, I mean, give horror fans a little fan service. You know, you could do like generic versions of them, you know, have Sharp Hand Joe over there, you know. Over there, like hiding in the bushes or something. Crashed in the graveyard. Again, very, 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 very foggy. I mean, that's not fog. That's like active steam coming out of the ground, which is very strange. I mean, I guess most people wouldn't notice or care, but to me, it's just glaring, like, strange thing to have in a graveyard, but okay. I clocked her good. And where does the red smoke come from? I mean, visually it looks great. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, what sense does it make in the movie at all? It's just red smoke coming out of nowhere. I mean, at least make some attempt to explain it away, but
I hope old Nate doesn't have any unfinished business around town tonight.
Quick, take the candle. Now, melt the wax and get your ring ready.
Okay, I got the ring. Okay, light it.
I don't have the matches. You have the matches.
I don't have any matches. They're back in the car.
We can't go back to
We
the
gotta
car.
go back to the car. Come on.
Get the rifle.
oh, these dumbasses forgot the matches. What the hell, man? Fatal flaw. Come on. Was it a silver bullet? Oh, I guess it must have been, because now he's back to being dog walker John Talbot. We got like 5 minutes left. Come on. What's going to happen? They got to reverse the curse with, what, witchcraft or something? The ashes and the wax or something. Oh, they gotta reseal the scroll with the ashes of the original witch or something. And it returns everybody back to normal.
Well, maybe we're supposed to say some words or something. Huh? What words?
Is she...
Goodbye, Phil.
The ring is going to seal the scroll, which is wax and ashes. That's the witchcraft combo that they need to reverse everything back to normal, I guess. Essentially rendering everything that we just watched like pointless. I guess. Something like that. I mean, that's easy peasy, I guess. Convenient. I'm surprised we haven't heard the Midnight Hour again yet. They're going to play it during the credits. They have to. They paid for the rights, so they're probably going to play it in the credits at least. Even the damage to the car is gone. And he's going to walk over. He's going to see Sandy's grave, right? Yep, Sandra. Oh my god. She died in 1959. She was only 17. Aww. She left him a little reminder in lipstick on the gravestone.
Love you too, Sandy.
Back to being an incel.
First caller after midnight on Wolfman's dedication line is a young lady who really wanted to make sure we got this
I guess Wolfman didn't even actually have to be on camera in this movie. They just got sound clips or whatever. Also reminds me a little bit of Night of the Creeps, which Night of the Creeps is way better than this movie, but it's got some of the same elements. You got zombies and creatures and 50s era shit, and you know, it's got good stuff. Night of the Creeps, that's one of my favorite movies. I love that one. But and that Night of the Creeps actually came after this movie, so 1986. But I'm pretty sure Night of the Creeps was in development before this came out, so I'm sure just a coincidence, but Night of the Creeps is like nuts. This movie is pretty monotone and dull for the most part, but yeah, it's alright. I enjoyed watching it. I don't know if I'd be in a hurry to watch it again, but you know, at least now I can say I've seen it, and I probably would have loved to watch this movie when I was a kid in the 80s. And I just missed it for whatever reason, but it's got some decent production value. Some of the makeups are pretty decent. It's got some hot babes, and it's just that the story's not really there too much for me. It's kind of, it's just very monotone, sort of, in terms of the story and the action and stuff. It's not a ride. It's just everything just kind of happens from one sequence to the next. But good times. I enjoyed watching. I'm glad I picked this one. Because I was feeling I was missing Halloween. We had a great, October this year, and I was kind of missing Halloween a little bit, and so I figured, wow, why not watch this? And keep it going, man. Keep Halloween going. It's like, if they could start Christmas shit early, then we can drag out Halloween all the way until December 1st, you know what I mean? So, there you go, guys. There's another movie night hangout for you. Very happy to spend some time with you watching some corny-ass movies. And, if you like it, let me know by subscribing or leave a message or hit the like icon and just give me some feedback. Tell me what you think of, the show. I always interact with people who comment, and eventually I'll get around to reading comments in a show and thanking new subscribers and all that good stuff. Mainly just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Good times, and as always, guys, stay awesome, stay R-rated. Cheers. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We've got a lot of great content coming for you this year. We've got reviews for movies, comics, and more. And of course, we will always have fan commentaries for the movies you love. Lots of talk about horror and just mainstream pop culture in general. And probably some Star Wars stuff leading up to Rise of Skywalker. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. And become a fan of the channel. Let's hear what you want to see. Leave a comment below, and just let me know what you think. Alright guys, talk to you later.